Hello everyone, this is John Ward with the Appalachian Channel, and I'm in Jellico, Tennessee today, and this is Gary Taylor's Barbershop. I met him the other day, and he said I could come back and film, so I'm here to spend the day with him, meet some of his clients, get my hair cut, and go eat lunch with him. Come along and let's spend a little time with Gary.
Say we're going to do a hard part.
Yeah.
Now they're doing the upward basketball. That look like you? Ready? Come over here. Thank you very much. Are we ready? Heavenly Father, we thank you, dear God. Just praise you for another great day you've given us. Just thank you, Father, for Larry and Bill and for John, dear God. We thank you for James over there. We just pray to be with them, watch over them, protect them all day, dear God. Thank you so much for the food we're about to receive. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. And the phone said amen too.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the hamburger. That's his. Okay. We'll be right in.
Larry Foltz.
And how did you meet Gary?
I met Gary Taylor because of trying to get a haircut at another place, and the entire barbershop, everybody that was in there was smoking. I couldn't take it. So a friend of mine, cousin, says, go down and see Gary Taylor. I went down, talked to him. Nobody's cut my hair since. That's been about 20 years.
Seems like you two become friends, maybe.
Pretty close friends.
Best friends.
Yes,
Absolutely. Yeah.
He's like a brother to us.
Yeah.
And tell them what your name is.
Bill Blaylock.
Bill, and you seem like you hang out there some too with them, huh?
Yes, sir, I do. Anytime Gary needs anything, he's busy, he calls me and I'll go do it.
You said you helped him maybe work on the store as his rebuilding?
They
Yes,
did. Both
me
of
and
them
Larry.
did. Sure did. Yeah, Larry did all the drywall
Right.
work and
Yeah,
and other
I'm a
stuff
helper.
too.
We done a lot.
yeah,
The insulation,
Yeah, all kinds of
In the
work.
bathroom.
a lot of the wiring.
Yes.
So I noticed when we got down here, y'all were waiting for him to get here to pray over lunch. Is that normal?
That's absolutely normal here. I can't say it's that way at home.
When they're
but-
with me,
When
we
we're
pray
with
first.
Pray first.
and you
right?
don't eat a bite until you get the prayer done.
Well, how about that? That's good to hear. Well, I appreciate you hanging around to tell how you met Gary and why you met him. I thought it was interesting that you went to a place and didn't like that they're smoking in there. So they don't smoke down at Gary's place, huh?
No,
No smoke.
no
Hey,
smoke.
he comes all the way down here from Ohio to get a haircut. How about that?
Well, let's go inside and look at your shop a little bit.
Okay.
So you've been busy today cutting hair all morning since I've been here. We got to take a break and go get some lunch. So tell us a little bit about what you've done here. I know you was talking about this barber pole, and this came out of my hometown, La Follette, where I grew up as a kid. So I remember this being on the old building there, I think left of the People's Bank, possibly, right up from People's Bank. Is that where it was
That's
at?
where it was at. Yep.
I remember that all the way back from a kid.
And the Mayor Stanfield at the time, was wanting that to stay in La Follette, but he wasn't willing to pay for it. The man that owned it wanted to sell it. And the day I bought it, he told me, he said, now the mayor's going to be upset because he wants it to stay on the building, says it's part of La Follette. I said, well, is he going to buy it? And he said, no. And I said, what's it take to get it off the wall? He told me, I paid him, and I brought it home. And I've had it ever since. And it's worth quite a bit of money. It's a Koken neon barber pole, and they're quite rare.
So you have some more. You got a huge one over here that's an outside one. Where'd that one come from?
That one come from Paris, Tennessee. and it was made in 1900, and it's all original, and it works.
So was it working when you bought it, or did you have to repair it?
No, it was working when I bought it. We just put the double switch on it. All I had on it was the one switch, the light and the pole would turn. I didn't want my motor turning all the time because it's so old. So we put a double switch to where I can just leave the light on.
So you've got stuff. One of the things that caught my attention was all the different antiques that you've collected and put in here. Got to know, what, you have any idea what year this old phone would come from?
I have no idea. We should have asked Larry while he was here. He specializes in those things.
That's right. He said he had about 30 of them.
He's got a bunch of them. Yes, he does. Yeah.
He just got a whole little case full of stuff right here. Everywhere I look, you can find different items. And
That really needs organized.
yeah, well, I kind of like the way it is. Got you a Snoopy phone over here.
Oh yeah. I have Snoopy, and on the top up there I have Winnie the Pooh. I have Mickey Mouse and one of the other characters at the house.
Well, let's just look at some of all this stuff you got over here. We've got a lot of different little knickknacks of this and that. I love the small stuff. I kind of collect that myself. You got a lot more of it than I've ever had, but I do appreciate somebody that likes to preserve things of the past that we don't see no more. Right here, as a matter of fact, we was talking about Sambo out there. Here's a picture of him back when he was about 21.
About 21, yeah. And he's at a gas station, Jack Moses. He had a Esso station, and Sam was there hanging out with Jack, and he was just a local favorite. He hung out everywhere. Everybody loves Sam.
I understand he's just real outgoing, friendly.
He's real outgoing, real friendly, and the largest, most outspoken Tennessee fan in the world. And if you joke with him about being for somebody else, he'll say, "You sick in the head." Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, you've got some airplanes. You was talking about them earlier when we was here. You just wanted to kind of fix it up and make it like a man cave, I guess.
It's exactly right. I like junk, and with the ceiling being so tall, I knew the planes would fit in really well. So I started looking, and I ended up finding 3 of them. And then the young boy here in town brought me the helicopter, and he first started asking $100. And I said, "Well, I'm not going to give you $100, but I'll make you an offer." He said, "Okay." I said, "I'll give you $30. He said, "I'll take it." So I ended up with the helicopter. And, made his day. He had $30 he didn't have, and he thought he was rich.
Well, you've got quite a few barber chairs. You said you got some at home too that you've collected and that you
3
bought.
in my barn. I have 1 more in the back room, and that one is an Emil J. Padar,
And that's a certain brand.
It's the chair that all the other companies copied to make the barber chairs.
So what year would we be looking at on a chair like that would have been from, you know?
That's probably in the 40s.
40s.
This is in the 50s and 60s. That's a Koken. That's called a president's chair.
President's chair.
Yes.
I noticed this when I first talked to you the other day for the kids to get their hair cut in. You said you made this?
We went down below Harrogate, Tennessee, and bought the car and brought it back. Took all the decals off, had it painted, and then a friend of mine made the plate that it's sitting on, and we took one of my old barber chairs, used the pedestal to put that together.
So does it raise up and down still?
It
Let's
sure
see
does.
that.
It sure does, yeah. And the kids absolutely love it.
Well, well, maybe we'll get one small enough in here before I leave today to get some video footage of you cutting hair in one of them.
No doubt, after about 3 o'clock, somebody will come in.
Okay.
The kids will start rolling in.
Well, we just got back from lunch, and this is our first break that we had, and without nobody in here, so I thought it was a good opportunity to get time to talk about a few things. So, what's your favorite piece in here? The barber pole right here?
That's one of them. Yes. Probably the most favorite thing that I've got in here. I probably shouldn't have it. I don't know, but I know that just looks like a bottle of water in an old Listerine bottle, but that's actually water from the Jordan River.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of my favorite things to have in here.
Now, how'd you come across that?
I have a friend who brought some home with him in a Gatorade jug, and he brought me some down. And I've had that.
So that means a lot to you, don't it?
It means a lot. And I have another little item here that is another favorite. And That's frankincense and myrrh.
Oh, yeah.
And when you show people what frankincense and myrrh is, they go, what? They give that to Jesus? That's what they gave to Jesus. Yeah.
So we was talking earlier about your busiest day here. You said, how many haircuts did you do on a Saturday one time?
62.
62.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that many ever again. That was a lot of work.
A lot of work. And that was right before Easter, you said, maybe?
It was before Easter, and they were coming from all directions.
Well, how about that?
Mostly little kids. Yeah.
But yeah, so you was telling me when I talked to you the other day that you originally started out with a little barn building of some sort.
I had a little small shop.
Up here. Is this it?
That's it. Yeah.
Up there?
Yeah. That was,
Okay.
Yeah, that was a little metal building that I brought to Jellico in '99, March of '99, and a gentleman, Mr. Paul Douglas, he sat across the street one day, and I wondered what he was doing. I didn't really know who he was at the time. And he come in and handed me that. He said, I drew this shop for you. And Paul and I have been friends ever since. And him and his son get a haircut with me. His son is an amateur chef, and he brings lunch by quite often. He'll fix something, he'll bring me a plate of it. And one of his specialties is barbecue, and he also makes good chili.
Good chili?
And, yes, he does. Yeah.
Well, you completely remodeled this building, I guess, from what your friends was telling me. They kind of helped you with a little bit.
We totally gutted it. When you walked in before we started working, you'd come in, there was a big desk of a thing here, a wall. It was a Napa store. So you'd come in and you'd talk to the guys from Napa, and right here you'd get whatever you was going to buy, you got it right here. And the rest of it was all their merchandise. And it used to be a dry cleaners, and some of the equipment was still back there. So we come in and took everything out. It was an empty shell when we started, and we put this wall up. And I kind of wish now I'd have gone about 4 more feet because I've kind of run out of space. But
run out of space for customers or your stuff?
my junk.
Your junk.
My junk, yeah.
Well, it was kind of full when I come in today.
Yeah.
How many haircuts have you done already today, I think?
Oh,
10 or 15 maybe?
I'd say 15. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to get my haircut. Since ain't nobody here, we'll just go ahead and do that.
We'll fix you up. Come on.
Okay, let's get my haircut. Donna, if you're watching, I'm cheating on you to get my hair cut here, but you know, I have to do it for the video.
And
so.
that's horrible. You never cheat on your barber.
This is my first time ever filming and getting my hair cut.
And I don't really need to turn you around because you've got it on film. But
There I am.
is that anywhere close to what you
Well, I
want?
think that'll work, buddy. I love it. And how could I come to a place like this and not get my hair cut?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All righty.
Thank you very
I
much.
appreciate it. I feel
You.
it an honor to have my haircut here. And I asked you what the name of the place was.
It's just the barbershop.
Just the Barbershop here in Jellico.
Yep.
And you've talked about your church a little bit. You said you've been going there for a little while. How
Been
long?
going to Mountain Nice Baptist Church 42 years.
42 years.
Yeah,
So how about that?
Drove a church bus for about 21 years. My wife and I led the youth for about 16 years. I've been a Sunday school teacher there every year but 2. And those 2 years I dealt with cancer, chemotherapy, and couldn't be there. But other than that, I've been doing something there at Mountain Ash for 42 years.
Well, it looks like you got through the cancer.
That was an ordeal, but that happened in '84, and good Lord bless me, and with chemotherapy and the good grace of God, I'm still here.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Amen. So I got one question right here. As you was cutting my hair, I noticed something I didn't see when I was sitting on the bench. I look right down here on this bench and I see these Kentucky tags. You got 1975, you got 15, 16, and 17 and 18. Now, are there a story to how those came about like that?
Local guy here in town, Mr. Moses, went by Mo Moses. He was a collector. He was a junker, kind of like myself. And he got those from a junkyard, a scrap yard down here in off 1804. I guess the Whitley County Clerk's Office, they didn't distribute those. That whole box that they just dumped at the scrap yard, recycling center. And Mo would go down and go through this stuff, and he got all those tags. Well, he passed away, and his son-in-law brought me those 4 tags. And that's how I ended up with them. And the son-in-law now has passed, and he had 30 of them, and I'd like to have got a few more, but he gave me those 4, and I was happy and content to get those. When he told me he had some tags. I first said, I don't collect tags. He said, you will these. And when he showed them to me, I said, you're absolutely right. I'll take them. So that's how they got there. Yeah.
Well, you got some Crocs over here, some old Crocs. You know anything about them? They local or?
I don't know how local any of them are. The whiskey jugs, a good friend of mine, Joe McMullen, he pulled in one day and said, I got something for you. Him and his wife sold their home here and moved down to Knoxville. And he said, I've got something for you. And when he opened up the back of his automobile, he had those Crocs. And again, my knees got weak and I started shaking. And he said, I'm going to give these to you. And boy, I grabbed them in a hurry. And but I've got these and I've got more at the house. Crocs are just something I like, and I try to get every one that I can. This one here, I've never seen one in this shape, and it's a whiskey, and got hair on it, of course.
So that was.
But everybody that comes in, they want this one. They
want that one?
They want to try to buy that one. I don't sell anything, so they're not going anywhere.
What about the cash register? You got a story on that? Where it came from?
Come from a flea market just down the road here a little ways. And gave $75 for it.
$75. You still use it?
Still use it. I have another one at home. It might be in the back room, similar to this one. That when I bought the barber pole in Paris, I also purchased a 1950s soda shop bar and back bar and their cash register. It was in this man's man cave, and I brought it home, and I made that my kitchen in my home. We tore our kitchen out, and now my kitchen is a soda shop of sorts, 1950s soda shop. We me and Larry, we redone it completely and covered it with fresh wood and put a little paint on it, a little stain on it. Turned out really pretty.
Well, you might have to show it to us sometime.
I'll show it to you sometime. I sure will.
Looks like you got a customer. I'll let you get to.
We'll fix him
back
up.
to work here.
Get over here, big guy. I just don't believe I could work on that water like that.
There's a lot of people who can't.
There's no way I could do it.
I gotta get my hair cut today.
Gonna be about 40, are you, Friday?
59.
59. I've got you by a couple or 3 years.
My boy Bill's taking me to Cherokee, North Carolina.
Oh
To the
yeah.
casino.
Oh yeah.
For a couple of days.
You go over and waste some of your money.
Go get some money away, huh?
Yeah.
Well, there's some good looking walking sticks right there.
Yeah. Sold them things for years.
Did you carve that in there?
I carved that face in that one, yeah.
That's pretty good. Oh, that one's a snake.
Yeah. I didn't do that work. I trimmed all the bark off of it, and a buddy of mine done the snake. I don't have the patience for that.
That's interesting. Was that it kind of looks like it was a live one at one time.
It looks good.
Good imitation,
He
man.
done a good job on it.
Yeah. Dang, I'm getting old. I got hair growing out my ears.
You still got yours, Mike.
What's that?
You want it? Say right now, guys, I'm impressed. Last time it was a fight. I mean a fight. Well, it's in his eyes and it's aggravating him. Yeah, he's doing great. He's fine. And if you'd have seen him the last time, you would understand just how great he's doing.
Don't be scared. You're
Oh, he's fine. Yeah, he's doing fine. Hard, don't he? What do you think, partner? You think your mom's gonna like that haircut? Come on here, big guy. Oh, my back over here. There's no here. Over here. We dropped some. Thank you very much, partner.
You did no good.
There we go.
There we go. Good job, bud.
See you guys. Now, how did you get into being a barber? What caused that?
I'd had surgeries prior to being a barber, and I needed something a little bit easier on my body, a little bit easier to do, other than ride a piece of equipment or hard labor. I had a garbage business for 8 years, and picked up garbage. Had 700 customers in the south end of Whitley County, and ran it myself. Drove the truck, throwed the garbage, and which I had kids from my church would help me several days out of the week that I ran. They'd want to go and make a little money, so they'd help me. But I ran a grader for my dad. He was the county judge for a long time there in Whitley County, and I ran a road grader for him and different equipment. And I had a little piece of equipment of my own, but I just needed something a little bit easier. So I finally went to barber school. I always wanted to. Went to barber school and been barbering ever since.
Yeah.
I've been in Jellico almost my entire career. I spent just a little bit of time in Williamsburg, and then I come to Jellico. So I've been here since '99.
Looks like you've made a lot of friends here in the area.
I've got a good business here. There's a lot of good folks in Jellico.
Yeah.
I draw people out of South Whitley County, Jellico, of course, Pioneer, White Oak, La Follette, Scott County, all over. Corbin, London. I've got them all over that come get a haircut.
So how did you get into collecting all this memorabilia stuff?
Well, growing up, my parents were antique people. My mother, big antique person. And my brother Larry and I were used as pack mules then. They'd go buy something, we'd carry it into the house for them or load it up on the truck for them. But actually, growing up like I did with my mom and dad, and they liked antiques, I kind of got into it myself. And I've always appreciated the older stuff. I kind of like the older thing, even older automobiles. When I was in high school, I had a '55 Chevrolet. Loved to have it back, but that's never going to happen. And that's how I got started. And I've got stuff in my barn, up in the attic in my barn that I've not seen probably now in 12 years or longer, but it's full of junk. My house has got all kinds of things in it. And my wife at first wasn't into the antiques. She is now. She likes the older stuff too. So, and my shop, it's kind of my man cave. And the customers, they appreciate coming in, seeing stuff, and having something to look at when they're getting their haircut. Stuff to talk about. So,
you was talking about when the pandemic hit, you loaded up your barber chair, and what'd you do?
come down, got my chair, throw it in the back of the truck. I would go into community. I would call one of my customers that lived there, and I'd say, hey, I'm coming to your house to set up, get a hold of everybody in the community that needs a haircut, and we'll cut hair. So I'd go to their home, set up on the carport, in a garage, anywhere I could get electricity and get out of the sun and have some shelter over me in case it rained. We'd set up and we'd cut hair. And I went to White Oak, Clairfield, Egan, all over the mountain up there, and into Jellico here up on Indian Mountain. Set up on Indian Mountain, cut hair all day. Went down to Emlyn, cut hair all day. And just anywhere they wanted a haircut, I'd go to them. And the barber board had us shut down, so I went to them. Come on in, big guy.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good.
This is Dwayne. This is the gentleman that follows you.
Oh.
And said,
Oh yeah. Feel like I know you, Don.
Do you?
Yeah,
You've been watching some of my videos, huh?
Quite a few.
Yeah. Which one do you like the best?
Well, I like Ricky's pretty good.
Ricky?
I like
Oh,
his
yeah.
painting. I like him awful well.
Yeah, Ricky, he's all right, ain't he?
he also collects.
Oh.
And a lot of times if I have something come in that I don't know much about, I call him. And
Come over here and stand by him, and I can get you both in there just a little bit, talking a little bit.
Okay.
So, what type of stuff you like to collect?
Well, probably the main thing would be fruit jars.
Fruit jars?
Yeah, that's about my main thing. But a little bit of all of it. not like all the rest of you guys. We like it all.
yeah. Well, what was the last thing I called you about? I called you just the other day about something. Oh, that Civil War belt buckle.
Belt buckle.
Didn't know if it was legit or not. It could have been a repop. Who knows? I didn't buy it. Yeah.
That's going a little far back.
Yeah. We used to have a friend down in Pleasant View, Scotty Moses. He was the go-to guy.
Yeah.
If you had something you wanted to know about, you call Scotty. He would tell you real quick
Yeah.
what it is, what it was worth, if he wanted it, what he would offer. He traded with him more than I did on script and a whole lot of things. But I went to church with him, just a great guy. And he grew up with my dad. Scotty and my dad were best of friends, and that's how I got to know him. But he passed away, and so now he's my go-to guy. If I have something I don't know anything about, I try to get him to help me out with it. Yeah,
We try.
I have a lot of things come through the shop.
People know you collect and they can bring it to sell it to you, I guess.
They do, and then some folks just will have a pocket knife. They'll get out and clean their fingernail, and I'll look at it. And I'm not a big knife guy, but a lot of people are. And if they all want to sell it, I'll call somebody that's in the knives and see if they want to buy it. You know, or coins. It don't matter. I don't collect coins. He does, and any kind of coin that comes through, I'll call him. You know, see what it is, script especially, and so it don't matter whatever they got. Yeah, a lot of the stuff in here walked right through that door. Yeah, a lot of the stuff on that shelf up there come right through that door, and most of it was just give to me. It's here. We brought you something, so I'll sure take it.
People like to see some of their stuff in
They
here.
They do. The blue jars on top, on the very top in the corner there. They were brought in last week. A young man called me and he said, I'm going to bring some jars down I've got here. I don't want them. And he said, I'm going to give them to you. So he brought them down and I displayed them. Tried to buy them. He wouldn't take any money.
So yeah, there's a little bit of everything up there.
Just a little bit of everything, yeah. I collect plumb bobs. I've got a collection of plumb bobs right there in the middle on the top shelf. You're looking right at it.
Yeah, I see them up there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was a busy day. Busy day.
You work by yourself that day?
I've always worked by myself. I've had 3 different gentlemen come in and work a little while, but I typically just work by myself. Yeah. I'm kind of. I'll use the word ornery, and so I'm better off working by myself. And I've been here since '99. It's a busy little shop. Stays busy.
I get it much. I don't let him watch it much.
I've got a 14-month-old grandson. He can go to my phone and go to the apps, and he knows what the WZJ app is. He knows what it looks like. And he's a country music nut. He'll push that and sit there and just dance and carry on. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold it on here so it don't get hair on it. I'm gonna hold it here so it don't get hair on it.
Don't move now. Don't move. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your mouth. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. All right. He's all right. I tell you that surgery is simple and easy to get over. It all hurts.
Mm-hmm.
How strong is it? You know? Budget? What, we leave bangs, right? We leave some bangs, right? Who cut his bangs? Did you do that? You rascal! You quit doing that. And, I hadn't I hadn't seen a picture or anything of Mr. Beaver, nothing about him for years. But he brought me those check stubs down here. Here, relax.
From his store?
From his store, yeah.
What year? 50s?
I'll show you. No, 30s.
30s. He had a store in the 30s and he's still alive?
Oh yeah, he was still
How old
alive.
is
No,
he?
he ain't alive now.
Oh, wow.
No, he's dead.
That'd have been a good one to
He
film.
was alive and well back in the 70s. All right, get over here, youngin. This boy's got hair going everywhere. Hey, raise up here good and tall. There you go. Well, I've done a lot of fades today, and to me, I wish the fade would go out of style. These are a lot faster to do. The fades are a little bit, takes a little bit longer, not much, a little bit.
What do you call this?
This is just a hind tight.
Hind tight.
Yeah, tight to the skin, high up on the head. And a lot of kids will get all the way to the skin hind tight. This here's pretty close. You can go a lot closer.
Well, Gary, we've had a fun day. I appreciate you letting me come and hang out with you. I've been here about all day. Thank you for lunch.
Appreciate you being here. Yeah, man.
You cut my hair. Appreciate that.
And I hope you're satisfied with it. And I hope your barber, I hope she's not too mean to you.
Well, it's hard to say. I might have to come back. She might run me off. But yeah, looking forward to coming back to meet Sambo, and we'll be filming that next. So y'all be looking for that video because he's a legend around here, and wanting to get Gary to tell us his story.
He's a bit of a character.
Yep.
Yeah.
So leave Gary a comment. He's located right here in Jellico, Tennessee, off of Interstate 75. You're about 5 minutes off the interstate. So if you're traveling through the week, stop by and say hello to Gary and tell him you saw him on the video and check his place out. You can spend an hour in here just looking around, and a lot of cool stuff here. He's a collector, and he loves vintage stuff, and I love what he loves. And so we kind of got along pretty good today, I think, didn't we?
Real well. I appreciate you being here. I've had a great time, and I think the viewers will appreciate what we've got here and what we've done here today. And I do want to, before I leave here, thank all of my customers that make this possible, because without them, I couldn't be here. And I've got a good customer base, and they're good people. And I thank all of them, and my family. I appreciate my wife and my family. They always support me too, and I appreciate that. I thank you for being here, and I hope you come back.
I'll be back.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Okay. We'll see y'all next time, Gary.
See you, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye-bye.